Amelia lay in the hospital bed, pale and still, monitors beeping softly beside her. The bandages on her wrists and the subtle bruises on her arms marked the night's chaos. Nurses moved quietly, checking vitals, adjusting IV lines, their footsteps soft on polished floors. Behind her, a doctor whispered into a phone, detailing injuries and cause of admission. Kareem stood at the doorway, silent, hands clasped, eyes fixed on her face. He felt both relief and fear. Relief that she was alive, fear of the secret she carried and what the authorities might discover. Each minute stretched, heavy with unspoken questions and the invisible weight of the previous night. Back at the suite, detectives returned with formal questions for Kareem. They requested details of the night, the suite, and Amelia's behavior. Each answer he gave was precise, yet internally, he wrestled with conflicting thoughts. The hidden USB, the mysterious messages, and fragments of Amelia's past he hadn't understood. Officers noted every pause, every glance, every micro-expression. Outside, the city continued in its indifferent rhythm, lights and traffic oblivious to the storm of secrets unraveling above. The first layers of investigation had begun, and Kareem realized the meticulous control he valued most would not protect him from scrutiny. Forensics worked methodically in the suite. Every fingerprint, every surface, every object was cataloged. The USB drive and laptop, now sealed, held the first tangible clues to Amelia's hidden life. Investigators noted unusual files, encrypted communications, and evidence of offshore transactions. Even small details, a second passport, subtle discrepancies in identification, hinted at a story much larger than a single night's tragedy. Kareem watched, both anxious and fascinated, as the pieces of Amelia's secret world were exposed one by one to light and law. The suite's elegance was now irrelevant. It had become a puzzle of betrayal and discovery. In the quiet hours of the afternoon, Kareem moved through the suite, touching nothing, observing everything. The scattered petals, champagne glasses, and wedding invitations were silent witnesses to the night's events. Each item held a story, a trace of emotion, a moment now frozen in consequence. The golden sunlight streaming through the windows highlighted the contrast between luxury and despair, joy and secrecy. He realized that nothing, not wealth, not status, not charm, could undo the fragile balance that had shattered hours before. Even the city outside, gleaming in indifference, seemed to mock him with its relentless motion. As night approached, Amelia remained under observation, still unconscious while Kareem sat alone, piecing together events in his mind. The storm of the previous night had left a trail, not just of physical injuries, but of revelations waiting to surface. Investigators would follow the digital and financial trails, uncovering more than anyone anticipated. Kareem understood that this was only the beginning, the first chapter of a story that would expose secrets, test loyalties, and challenge the illusions they had built. Outside, Dubai glittered in quiet, unaware of the human drama silently unfolding within its golden towers. Amelia remained under observation, her pale face partially hidden beneath a blanket. Monitors beeped steadily, the rhythm both soothing and relentless. Kareem sat in a nearby chair, hands folded, watching her chest rise and fall. Every twitch, every shallow breath was magnified in his mind. He felt helpless, guilt pressing like stone in his chest. Outside the window, Dubai glittered with indifferent brilliance, unaware of the secrets hidden within the hospital walls. The night's chaos had left a trail, not only physical but emotional and legal. Questions lingered, heavy and silent. Detectives examined the USB drive and laptop, tracing encrypted messages and offshore accounts. Each file revealed fragments of Amelia's secret past, transfers to foreign banks, unverified employment records, and an alternate identity. Kareem observed quietly, heart pounding, as the extent of deception became evident. Every click illuminated the hidden life she had carried into their marriage. Luxury and celebration now seemed hollow, replaced by betrayal and unease. Outside, the city hummed in oblivion, but inside, Trust had been fractured irreparably, and the first threads of a larger investigation were set in motion. Late afternoon, a plain-clothed officer approached Kareem with questions about guests and hotel staff. Each answer he gave was precise, controlled, but internally his mind raced. He replayed the confrontation, the stumble, the USB, every detail sharpened into focus. The officer's gaze was careful, unyielding, reading not just words but hesitation and tone. The suite, once a sanctuary of luxury, felt like a cage. The golden light through floor-to-ceiling windows highlighted dust motes floating lazily, a stark contrast to the chaos and secrecy now dominating the space. Kareem's thoughts returned to Amelia's missing years, the unexplained addresses, vanished jobs, and cryptic phone calls. Each unanswered question now bore weight, linking to the digital clues investigators had found. He wondered who she truly was and why she had hidden so much. Outside, the city glimmered like a jewel oblivious to human deception and betrayal. Inside, he realized that wealth and charm could not protect anyone from the consequences of hidden lives. Every shadow in the suite seemed alive, echoing secrets and lies that had silently accumulated, waiting for a storm to expose them. As night fell, the suite's golden light dimmed, leaving shadows to stretch across the marble floor. Kareem remained vigilant, pacing slowly, glancing at the USB and scattered wedding remnants. Questions of trust, betrayal, and the extent of Amelia's secrets weighed heavily. Outside, Dubai's towers glimmered, indifferent. Yet inside, every object, every glass, every petal, every document felt alive with silent testimony. The city's rhythm contrasted sharply with the suite's still tension. Kareem realized the night was only beginning. Truth, like a predator, waited patiently to reveal itself. Security footage from the suite was retrieved, showing fragments of the previous night, shadows, fleeting movements, and Amelia's careful steps with the USB. Officers replayed each frame, noting inconsistencies and anomalies. Kareem watched silently, realizing that cameras were impartial witnesses, recording every nuance he could not control. Outside, Dubai continued in radiant indifference. Inside, the quiet hum of electronics contrasted with the storm of suspicion and revelation building in the suite. Every pixel, every reflected light carried potential evidence, a testament to the unavoidable scrutiny now facing both him and Amelia. Alone, Kareem walked to the balcony, overlooking the city lights shimmering in the desert night. The weight of the night pressed against him. Questions of trust and deception lingered with every breath. He recalled fleeting moments from the wedding, smiles that now felt rehearsed, gestures that now hinted at secrets. The USB, the encrypted files, the message, all pointed to a life Amelia had hidden with precision. He understood for the first time that appearances could be meticulously maintained while reality remained fractured. Outside, the city sparkled, ignorant of human fragility above. Kareem's phone rang. An unknown number flashed briefly. He hesitated, then answered. No voice, only a faint click before the line went dead. A chill ran down his spine. The message he had ignored earlier resurfaced in his mind. Someone knew more than they had revealed. Was it related to Amelia's hidden life, or the events of the night? He ended the call, heart racing, aware that secrets had a way of surfacing, even when you thought them buried. Outside, the city buzzed, indifferent, unaware of the silent game unfolding above. In the hospital, Amelia stirred, eyes fluttering open. Disoriented, she scanned the room, processing the injuries, the monitors, the sterile smell. Nurses moved around, gentle and professional, adjusting her position. Fear crossed her face briefly, not just of physical pain, but of the consequences she had tried to conceal. Each breath reminded her that the night's events had changed everything. She squeezed the blanket, her mind racing through secrets she hoped would remain buried. Outside, Dubai's golden towers glimmered, indifferent, a stark contrast to the fragile humanity within the hospital walls. Kareem visited the hospital, standing silently as Amelia opened her eyes. The USB drive and the night's chaos weighed heavily between them. He asked gently, voice calm but insistent. "Tell me everything." She hesitated, swallowing hard, the hospital room heavy with unspoken truths. Every detail, every omission, every hidden moment of her life now mattered. Outside, traffic and lights continued their rhythm, blind to the unfolding reckoning. Inside, time slowed, each heartbeat echoing consequences. Their eyes met. A fragile bridge of trust stretched thin across betrayal, secrecy, and uncertain intentions. Back at the suite, forensic teams returned to analyze small details left behind. Fingerprints on glasses, traces of rose petals, and smudges on the USB. Every piece was documented meticulously, building a timeline. Kareem watched, absorbing the precision of law and investigation. Each discovery felt like a mirror reflecting his own limitations, what he didn't see, what he couldn't control. The luxury that had once defined his life now felt hollow. Outside, the city hummed, oblivious to human deception, ambition, and the consequences of carefully hidden secrets. As night fell again, a plain-clothed investigator returned, asking questions about hotel staff and guests. Kareem answered with controlled precision, concealing frustration and fear. The suite's elegance had become oppressive. Every object, every shadow seemed alive with potential revelation. The investigator's calm persistence reminded him that the night's events could no longer be hidden. Luxury and glamour could no longer shield truth. Outside, Dubai's towers sparkled with indifferent brilliance, unaware of secrets, lies, and investigations unfolding silently above their streets. Kareem stood before the suite's floor-to-ceiling window, reflecting on the previous night. The storm, the confrontation, the near tragedy, all replayed in his mind. Each reflection in the glass seemed to carry fragments of truth and deception. The USB and encrypted files had exposed only part of Amelia's life. What else lay hidden? He realized that trust, once fractured, could not be easily restored. Outside, the city lights glittered, a stark contrast to the shadows of betrayal and secrets pressing inside the suite. Investigators found discrepancies in Amelia's identification documents, mismatched dates, alternate names, and gaps in her employment history. Each detail added another layer to the mystery. Kareem absorbed the information, a mix of dread and fascination gripping him. The woman he thought he knew was revealed to be far more complex than he imagined. Outside, Dubai sparkled, indifferent, but inside, trust had been shattered. Each revelation felt like a thread unraveling, pulling at the fragile fabric of a marriage built on wealth, appearances, and unspoken secrets. Night descended, city lights reflecting in the suite's glass walls. Kareem sat quietly, staring at the USB, rose petals, and scattered champagne glasses. Each object held memories, lies, and hints of the secrets that would soon surface. The storm had passed, but its consequences lingered, tangible in bruised bodies, fractured trust, and digital trails. Outside, Dubai thrummed with life, unaware of the human stories unfolding above. Inside, the quiet was heavy, suspense taut. Tomorrow promised discovery, confrontation, and revelations that could change everything. The night was silent, but truth waited, patient and inevitable.